This should be a short video, hopefully. What's going on, YouTube Fragrance family? Here we go. This video, a little bit off the beaten path, and sometimes these kind of videos get me in trouble with the Fragcom, but it is what it is. I like to speak my mind a little bit, not throwing shade at any fragrance reviewer, but for the viewers out there, just a short video just to let you guys know little tips here and there. The one thing that I just wanted to disclaimer, the first thing that I wanted to touch base upon is follow your own nose. This is something that a lot of people get burned on. Sometimes it's exciting to follow hypes and YouTubers and just blind buy everything like their word is gospel. And I've said this before in like compliment videos and stuff like that, and it holds true even with me on my channel. You know, we all have different noses personally, men and women. So I even said this in my compliments video, right? Just because a certain person's getting tons of compliments or showing on video that they're getting a bunch of compliments on a certain fragrance like this one, Torrone, beautiful fragrance, does not mean it's going to work the same for you, because everybody has a different nose. And that's the same thing with me, right? I rate something 10 out of 10 does not mean that you're going to think this fragrance is a 10 out of 10. So if I could give a tip to somebody or somebody in the fragrance community, as a YouTuber, it is to trust your own nose. I blind buy a lot, but you guys see my hauls, right? My buying does not follow hype trains, right? Right now, Pacific Rock Moss is the hype in the community. I have zero airtime on Pacific Rock Moss on my channel, and I'm very well aware of the hype. And I'm not saying that the young lady's videos is not true, or hype is hype. You know, do they engulf what they think about a fragrance? And we got to be, you know, truthful out there. In this game now, there's a lot of sponsorship and things like that, so you got to be careful on who's pushing what, and usually you take everything with a grain of salt. I'm not saying that she has any affiliation with this company at all. That's not what I'm saying at all. The thing is a hype like that, with me, again, I love the rush of blind buying something. But as you can tell, I have a YouTube channel. I should actually be buying this thing and telling you guys what I think, like all other fragrance reviewers. But this is my journey, and this is what my channel is all about. So, you know, a Pacific Rock Moss fragrance review on my channel, probably never going to happen. Honestly, you know, hypes like, I don't know what was the last hype. I really don't know. Maybe Dunhill Racing. I don't even remember. And that's the thing. And that's the way my journey is. And I'm not telling you guys what to do with your journey, but it is, I think, good advice to trust your own nose, not blind buying things that are getting hype in the fragrance community. You can see that things roll with a lot of steam, and then they just fall flat on their face. And I follow my own nose. You know, my fragrance haul for next month is, I'll show you guys. I'll go off camera a little bit. Is just following my own nose. I know you guys can hear me, but you can't see me. So I bought this, and you guys are going to see this in May, but Dunhill. This is a Dunhill, what is it called? 51.3R. And the only reason I bought this, and it's a blind buy, and it's on Fragrance X, but it's like 20 bucks. It's cheap. And I asked you guys which GP you wanted me to get, and this is why I got it. It felt interesting to me. There's no YouTube videos on this, and that's the thing, why I'm trusting my own nose. Tom Ford London. I really wanted this fragrance. I always liked fragrances like this. This one, gorgeous. I can't wait to talk about this one. But again, no hype on London. Maybe there was some talk about it a few years ago when it first came out. And then, of course, this one, Leighton exclusive, did get some hype. It felt interesting to me as a fragrance. As you guys know, I kind of am getting into Parfum de Marly. But the way I purchase, and you guys can do the same thing or not, but I know what my taste is like now, and I follow the own beat of my own drum. If there is hypes, they seem interesting, I may put it in the buy later thing, but you'll never see me. And that's my one word of advice. And you guys know I buy a lot. You know, I'm not cheap. I can go buy that stuff if I want to, and just to make my fragrance channel a little more lively, and you guys could get better content. But this is, again, since day one, this channel is all about my journey. So it's not about selling my YouTube channel to you guys and just keep rolling with every hype that's going on. So again, one piece of advice that I could give, and I've been in this journey for a long, long time, to some of you, especially some that are new to the fragrance community, trust your own nose. Blind buying is something that, hey, if you get a little rush out of it, that's awesome. I do it all the time, right? I blind bought that Dunhill, $20, doesn't hurt me. If it's a good one, again, for me, I have a YouTube fragrance channel, so you know, it's always good to interact with you guys and buy something like that and just see. It has rhubarb in the note breakdown. I felt it was interesting. Never heard of it before. I was like, why not? Give it a try. So yeah, trust your own nose. I'll be honest with all you guys. For me personally, if you want to know what I do as far as YouTube and how I take YouTubers, fragrance reviewers, YouTubers, again, you guys know I've been here for a long, long time, and I see the YouTube community going into a different direction. Good or bad, that's another conversation. But there's YouTubers, of course, out there for me personally that I know them full well. I know what their taste is like. I know I know these people personally, and some people I take with high regard. Again, there's sometimes with YouTubers, I'll be honest, you know, not hype trains, but fragrances that I feel are very interesting to me. Some people like, one example, Steven from Redolessence, great guy, very honest gentleman, and he has piqued my interest in some fragrances and has introduced me to some brands. And that's what I think Fragrantica and YouTubers should be, is basically another piece of the puzzle for you to basically get into this hobby, right? I'm very deep in this hobby, as you can tell, obviously, with the YouTube channel and all. And, you know, for me, it's just another point of, you know, introducing me to new brands and things like that. And of course, I'm a YouTuber, so I really do enjoy the content, to just watch the content. But there was never really a time for me that I just felt like, oh, this is the hype train, I gotta get it. Because you always see through hype trains, and I see it all the time. I've been here. I know so many purchase one particular fragrance. All YouTubers, it goes through all the YouTube community, and then you see on Base Notes and you see on Facebook a whole bunch of bottles being sold, like worn once, bottle 99% full, $10 off the retail price. You see it all the time. And that's the thing, right? If you are in this hobby for that, that's the type of person I am talking to. And that's one thing I do want to mention is, don't hate the YouTuber. Yeah, maybe some things get hyped up. If it's a sponsored deal, it is what it is. If it just happened, you can't be hating on the YouTuber for what they did. Maybe it's a purposeful marketing that we have to be aware of now, because this fragrance community is getting into that section now that sponsorship is a very real thing. And I do have a partner personally, myself, Fragrance X, and you guys know this, you see the logo on my channel. But the thing with Fragrance X is, and with me, is that they know what they're getting with me. And with me, with Fragrance X, the people I deal with are a fan of my channel. They love my channel. So it's a great partnership because they know what I'm doing. They understand. So if they know that I just got 3 bottles from Fragrance X, you're not going to get a 10 out of 10 on all 3 bottles. You're not. Obviously, I'm buying a lot for my personal taste. And I know my taste. I'm not going to buy a shit bottle just because. There's no reason for me to. Even though I did buy Dylan Blue this month. So that might be a problem. But that's just for me to be more accessible to you guys. I should be buying more designer fragrances that are very much mainstream, and just let you guys know what I think about them. I really, really do know deep down, in this next haul, not the one in May, but the one in June, which is going to include Dylan Blue, I already know I'm probably going to bash Dylan Blue. I probably won't like it. But anybody that takes my opinion with the grain of salt that you would, you know, I'll describe it the best way I can. I'll give you the good things and the bad things as I usually do. Give it a rating at the end, and it's up to you guys to decide. And you can go to other YouTube channels and go to Fragrantica and Base Notes and kind of delve into it and think about buying. And that's one thing I've never really personally, and this is something that I can give as advice. I've never went on, how can I say it? I've never went on YouTube and Fragrantica that I was interested. Let's just use London, Tom Ford London, because it does have some very polarizing fragrance reviews, some good and some bad, and I was never swayed either way. And that's a good tip to have. And that's the way I say, trust your own nose, trust your own instincts, trust your past with the fragrance community. For me, looking at this as a purchase, yeah, I'll look at YouTube videos. I will go on Fragrantica. I'll go on Base Notes. I'll take a look at what everybody's saying. But you know, someone saying that this has a very, you know, the spice smells like a dirty armpit. All right. Well, what spices are in this fragrance? Oh, you know, I'm just using an example. If it has cumin in it, well, yeah, cumin's gonna have a smell. But I like fragrances that have cumin in it. That some people said that it smells like a dirty armpit. So that fragrance review is not gonna sway me from buying London because I know my own taste. So that's the one thing, right? Overly negative. And then that's the same thing with overly positive, right? What has a recent hype that I don't like? But Sauvage by Christian Dior. I hate bashing Sauvage, but hell, Sauvage sucks, man. Where is my bottle of Sauvage? Where is that shitty piece of shit? I don't even know where it is. There it is. There's that piece of crap. Again, I don't own the EDP because that's the way I am. You guys know as a reviewer, I'm not going to jump. You know, this one had a huge hype train. I want to be the first. I want to be the first. I want to be the first reviewing. I want to tell you guys what I think about it. It's good for the channel. It's good for the ratings. But hell, I'm not paying freaking retail for Sauvage EDP. Why? Dior prices are freaking skyrocketing. I don't want to be the first. I'll be the one I'll be that. To me personally, when I do a fragrance review, I take my time with it, and I always will take my time with it. And if I'm last to review it, so be it. Once my review's out there, I have very much trust in my own nose that I've done the best review I can in my own nose, right? So where was I getting with this piece of poop? This piece of shit, anyway. Oh man, that's bad. It's just I can't do it. I don't know, man. This is bad. Oh man, that's terrible. Fuck. I don't know what people like in that, but then that's just me, right? And I'm in no rush to review that. It's you guys, if you don't know, you already know, and now you know I don't like Sauvage, and that's me. It's got a hype train on it. I don't give it F. I'm not gonna be on the bandwagon if I don't like it. I don't like. It's my taste, and that's what my channel is all about. Is me and my hobby, and it always will be. I'm not going to jump on it. It is what it is. Usually I stay away from reviewing a fragrance that gets such a huge hype train because, yeah, my review will come out eventually on Sauvage, and I know Bleu de Chanel people want my review on it. That one I'm not very impressed with either. I'm not a big fan of Ventus. Same thing. Ventus is good. I like it, but I don't love it, and that's the thing, right? People will shoot me in the face telling them that I don't think Aventus is number one in Creed's lineup. It's not for me personally, and you can't judge me on that. So anyway, so to end this, it's very simple, but I made a long video. Is trust your own nose. If that's one piece of advice in the fragrance community as a whole, take it from a guy that has bought thousands of fragrances, owns thousands of fragrances, has a YouTube channel, has smelt probably thousands of fragrance notes, has been through everything in YouTube that you could possibly imagine in the fragrance community. If there's one guy that that does have at least some say in this, and that's what I would say to you is trust your own nose. Blind buying is a very looking for that next rush, right? You're looking for the next Jeremy Fragrance hype train. When is the next one going to be? What is he going to hype next? You know, we don't have to follow each other's footsteps. And that's what it seems like, right? A hype starts, everybody buys the fragrance on YouTube. We're review. It's great to have all this, but where's the variety anymore? Right? Everybody's reviewing the newest release like that. It hasn't even sat on a store shelf long enough for anybody to review it. Right? Everybody wants to be first, like 1 Million Lucky. How many fragrance reviewers have reviewed 1 Million Lucky? That thing has just dropped. Just dropped. We're first. We win. I don't know. It's great. It's great for views. It's obviously. And I'm not discrediting him because I have some great fragrance reviewers that have reviewed 1 Million Lucky. Don't get me wrong. It is what people want to see. And I digress. I just want to thank everybody for your time. Have a good one. And why not? What do you guys think about this? Again, I'm not going after anybody, and I don't want anybody to think that way. This is just me spitballing, right? This is our community, and I do have a voice in this community. I got my YouTube channel. Why not? I got 30,000 of you, maybe. But I'd love to hear your take on it. What do you guys think? Anybody that's watching this review and saying this guy's full of shit, maybe the comments below will, kind of go like, maybe, you know what, all these people are saying, yeah, maybe I should stop and think. But if you do enjoy it, that's your prerogative, right? And it is what it is.